Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of my YouTube channel and podcast. Today, I am sitting down with an awesome guest. I am talking to Megan Franich, who plays Iris in one of my favorite vampire movies of all time, 30 Days of Night, which came out back in 2007. Everyone, you should be familiar with this movie. If not, shame on you, because it is one of the best vampire movies in the world, in my opinion. So often do I catch myself watching a movie about Dracula style vampires, but the way they're depicted in this movie in 30 Days a Night are how I imagine vampires would be in real life, brutal and near indescribable killing machines. So, um, with that premise being vampires are allowed to run berserk in Alaska during a 30-day period when there is no sun to force them into hibernation during the day. It's simple yet fresh enough to maintain my interest. So with me tonight is Megan, someone who played one of the near indescribable killing machines. So please give a very warm welcome to my guest, Megan Franich. How are you doing? And thank you for joining me.
Good, thanks, Ben. No problem. Thanks for having me.
The honor and pleasure is all mine. Huge fan of the movie, and your character, Iris, is actually one of the characters that stood out to me the most in the entire film.
Thank you.
So you did a spectacular job. I don't know what everyone else is saying about your role as Iris, but you delivered as a vampire. And holy man, geez, man, it's like I said, it's a really good movie. It's really to me, it's a fun movie. Believe it or not, I know that sounds wrong, but it's just that's how it is for me. So, if you could please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into acting. What gave you the acting bug?
Oh, sure. Well, I am from New Zealand and I was originally working as an audio engineer. Um, I was doing that for about 8 years. We did everything like music and film and live and studio stuff. And I was doing post-production on a film. And the director was sitting in and he just liked my look. I had at that point I had like big blonde dreadlocks and he just said, I want you in my next film. Had no idea if I could act or even like remember the lines or anything, but I just thought it sounded like fun and so I said sure and did it and thought it was pretty fun. And then I think I just didn't really think much of it after that. I wound up moving to Australia and then I moved back to New Zealand after a year or so. I was in Auckland and then I think I joined an agency just like as an in-between thing, as strange as that sounds. I was like, well, until I get a sound job in this new city, I'll just, join a random agency and see if any work comes my way. And then I did wind up getting a few roles that way, but it kind of the bug took hold of me pretty slowly, actually. I think I was just very passionate about sound and doing audio work. And then acting was just this like little side hustle thing that I just did for fun. Um, and then I did a few, commercials and stuff like that. And I remember when I got Narnia, just realizing just how fun it was. Like, getting flown out to a cool location and we were like our accommodation was like at the top of a mountain in this ski chalet and we were like looking down on top of the clouds. We could like look out, see set in the distance. And then I remember this one night, just there was this lightning storm and looking down on the lightning storm from above the clouds and being like, this is just having adventures and getting paid to have adventures and have fun. Um, so I think from there I just kind of leaned into it a bit more and yeah, went from there.
Fantastic. There is a lot of good talent coming out of New Zealand. I'm not gonna. You are not the first person that I interviewed from New Zealand. Mila Cawthorn, Kimberly Crossman, and Amy Donald are all from New Zealand too.
I remember doing
So
class with Kim. I haven't talked to her for ages. Yeah,
yes,
she's great.
they're all phenomenal. Yes. I think they're in. Oh God, I cannot pronounce the name of the city. Starts with a W. It's Bangalore or I cannot. Oh my goodness, I'm
Longer,
horrible at this. Yes, that's where they're at. Yeah,
huh?
yeah. But the movie Death Gasm was filmed in Auckland. So yeah, it's great. Their motto was fun to talk to, and Kimberly was fun to talk to, and Amy
Yeah.
Donald was she played Megan. So
Sorry, my cat has just jumped up on the computer table. I'm scared she's gonna knock my computer off. Give me 1 second. All right, this monkey. Don't knock the computer off.
animals. I have 5 dogs, so I get it, totally get it. So yeah, they're all pit
Are
bulls.
they
Which
locked out of the studio?
yeah, they are. They're all sleeping in the back room. They're all rescues. So phenomenal dogs. Love my dogs. Anyway, so with your diverse background in acting, what makes you gravitate towards the horror genre?
Um, this is gonna sound really weird, but
Nothing
I feel
sounds weird on
like
this podcast.
people in the horror community are some of the funniest, friendliest, happiest people I have ever met. Which sounds like a juxtaposition, but it's true. They're like the lightest, happiest people that I've met. Like even at the horror conventions, I've been to a few horror conventions and just been interviewed by horror enthusiasts, and it's so funny. I actually went to a showing of a horror the other night called Primate. And I met the director, and his face was just so full of joy. I mean, I guess he was watching his film come out, and that's always exciting for anyone, but I don't know. Yeah, in general, I find the horror community to be the happiest community I've been a part of.
I could not agree more. I mean, it's 100%. I totally. So I get around a lot to conventions, to shows, and stuff like that. And you're right. They are the most non-judgmental people, the most friendliest people.
Yeah.
And every time I go to a convention, I feel like I'm around family.
Yeah.
So
And Primate was amazing, by the way. If you get a chance to see it, it was crazy. It was brutal.
I will definitely check that out. It's called Primate.
Primate. Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down real quick. Primate. Okay. So your character Iris is one of the most legit vampires in the movie. And how did you land that role? I mean, how'd you hear about that role?
I auditioned for it. How did well, so a casting director, so I didn't even have an agent at that point. I had left the agent that I was first with in Auckland. But I developed relationships with a couple of casting directors in Auckland. Um, Victoria Cole was the woman who called me. She had hired me on The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and then she'd also booked me on I doubled Zoe Deschanel on Bridge to Terabithia, which not many people know about because I don't have that on my IMDb. But that was fun. Like it was cool sort of just getting to be a part of that. And so she had worked with me before, and so she gave me a call and said, "Hey, I think you should come in and audition for this." And it looked like a lot of fun. She knew I could do creature work and prosthetic work and stuff because I'd played a goblin and a nymph on Narnia, and that was like a lot of, I mean, not just prosthetic and quite extreme costume, but creature movement and stuff as well, like really getting into um creature acting, which I love. Like I love character acting, but then a step further is creature acting, which I just love because I love just doing crazy things with my body and getting like going as extreme as I can into a character. So yeah, she told me to come in and audition, and so I did and really enjoyed it. And then there were, I think, maybe two callbacks after that. I met David Slade, and he was amazing, and we just like had a lot of time, which I really appreciated. A lot of time in the callbacks to just really talk and get to know each other a little bit and explore each other's vision and stuff like that. So that was cool. He asked me sort of what work I'd done and I told him about this whole other scene that I'd come up with in my head as to how Iris became Iris. And he was like, well, hey, can you act that out for me? And I was like, sure. So I did that and he was like, okay, cool. And yeah, I don't know. I guess he liked it and I wound up getting the call that I got the call actually when I was working my audio job. And so that was fun.
I like how the vampires are portrayed in this movie. Like your character has like no, I guess, no lines at all, just all done by sounds and stuff. So it's how did you? Okay, for those who have not seen this movie, shame on you because it's a good movie. It's been out for a while. Can you briefly explain who Iris is and what her role is in the movie? And it's the vampire role. Like, what is her exact role in the movie?
Sure. I mean, it was as you said, it's a long time ago now. So um in my mind, like I've moved on from it so much that to talk about this stuff, it's like, okay, let me think. Um, but okay, so she's I guess kind of like Danny Huston, Marlowe's kind of wife, you know, or his familiar. I don't know what you'd call it, but those two are kind of joined at the hip. So she did, sorry, what was the question? Like just what is she in the movie?
Yeah, what's
And
her
like
role in the movie? Yeah.
I mean, she's a vampire. She's a bloodthirsty, wants to eat and kill like we all do, you know.
Well, you
Um,
explained that she's Danny Houston's like psychic, right? Like her right hand
yeah.
man,
So
I
like
guess.
even
So
like at the point where I die, he's trying to get Josh Hartnett's character, but like he won't go in himself. He's like sends me in. There was a couple of deleted scenes where it was a similar situation. There's one where Ben's in like a prison and he sends me into the cage. So I'm kind of like his henchman, I guess. I don't know. It's interesting actually because these are not words that I used in interviews back when the movie came out. So I guess just in hindsight, these are sort of new things coming up.
that's
So
okay.
it's
No worries.
interesting that a bit of time will make you see things differently or, you know, or
Makes you get
you
the whole
just use new words. What?
makes you get the whole idea of the big picture, pretty much.
Yeah.
So how did you prepare for Iris? Like, what strategies did you use in order to prepare for this role? I mean, it's easy to be anyone can be a vampire, but Iris is a particular kind of vampire, one that I've never seen before in movies before. So, did you like doing research to become to before you started filming?
No, it was more internal, I think. Like I said before, the costuming really helps me. Like I feel like when I'm getting the makeup done, because that took a while, um, and you've got mirrors in front of you, right? So it's like, have you been in like a film makeup trailer before? You got like one wall is mirror and cabinet, and they're doing your makeup, and you're looking at what's happening. And I feel like I just each brush stroke and each thing that they would do put me into that character so that by the time the teeth and the lenses went in, I was into Iris's persona. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, I've been in the makeup trailer before, just not as elaborate as yours. So, so there's no mirrors on the wall. So, um, I film like this, in my opinion, is more like a survival film than it is, I guess, more like a horror film. But we see the progression of the film from beginning to end. And was it difficult for you to get into the mindset of the vampire, or did it just come naturally?
No, it came naturally. I love it. I love it. The more extreme the character, the more I just gravitate towards it and just leap into it, I guess. I no, I yeah, I love it.
No, that's
I love
good. I
it.
mean, I love
And
talking to people who have lived the role. So
yeah,
it's
I
cool.
mean, I especially love getting to do things that you wouldn't do in real life, you know? Yeah. I don't know. No, I enjoy playing normal people too. It's just the whole thing's fun, really.
It's more fun to be a vampire.
Yeah.
Creature of the night. All right. So I cannot imagine what the challenges were while filming this movie, but I bet that your rhythm was in shock due to the movie being filmed exclusively at nighttime. Um,
I'm watching you. Don't you knock over that computer, Mrs. Luck.
so, so filming exclusively at night, I bet that was very challenging for you. Um, how
They
long
did
did it
it
take?
at night.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't just at night.
Well, from what I assumed it was done mostly at nighttime because or I
No,
know that the movie.
so a lot of those exterior scenes that you see are just filmed in an enormous airplane hangar. So they created an entire town inside of an airplane hangar. So they could control everything. They could control the weather, lighting, daytime, nighttime. They had like ways of making it snow. I don't know. I don't want to destroy the mystery of filmmaking, but they weren't restricted to just filming at nighttime, which was good because yeah, you don't want everyone just to look tired, I guess.
Well, I did learn that the movie was filmed not in Barrow, Alaska, but actually in a hangar filled with materials like Epsom salts to simulate the snow.
Right.
So,
Okay. I didn't realize
yeah,
that was
yeah.
going. Yeah. So yeah, it was really, really interesting to see
But
how.
but what was it like to film a movie in a hangar? Like, was it isolated or was it just easy to move
Fun.
around in?
No, it was cool. I mean, yeah, it was isolated too, but that just kind of adds to the atmosphere of what you're trying to get into. So it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, spoiler alert: it was not filmed in Alaska. It was filmed in a hangar. People,
They did film some of it. I wasn't in Alaska, but some of their exterior shots they went to Alaska for. Yeah.
really? Oh, that's cool. One state I will never go to. I do not like snow, so you'll never catch me in Alaska. Had the chance to be stationed there at Fort Richardson, and I turned it down really fast.
Uh,
So, um, so getting to know your cast members and the castmates, what was it like the dynamic on set work with Danny Huston and Josh Hartnett and Melissa George? What was that like? I mean, was it fun? Was it
amazing.
easy?
Amazing. Yeah. Like Danny was just so cool. He's really fun. He's a really fun person. We actually became really good friends. Melissa was so sweet. Like I remember, I don't know whether it was my first scene or one of the scenes. She wasn't in it, but she just came to watch it be filmed. And like after it was done, she was just like so complimentary and encouraging and just yeah, everyone was a sweetheart. Like there was not one person that I wouldn't say so many good things about. Like it was just a pleasure to work with everybody. Yeah.
It looks like it because the movie's filled with a phenomenal cast. I mean,
I mean, I really have to say that on all of the projects I've worked on, I've been really lucky to have not ever worked with someone that was not an amazing person. Yeah, I've been really blessed.
I mean, he looks like a big teddy bear from when he's not acting. So,
What's that?
so Danny Houston looks like he's a big teddy bear when he's not on screen. So it just
Oh yeah. I don't know. He's fun. He's mischievous. Yeah, like all the good things.
so the creepiest guy for me in the film was not the vampires, but the guy who had warned the town about the vampires coming. I cannot remember his name, but the guy who went to the bar who ordered raw meat or raw steak, whatever, and then he's being arrested by Josh Hartnett. I mean, that was the creepiest guy. I mean, what did you think about that guy?
I mean, yeah, I thought all of the actors were amazing. I think that they did a really good job of choosing the cast and I mean, Steve Niles is an incredible writer. I really think that the whole comic book loaned itself really well to the pacing, the aesthetic, the plot, like the way the whole story moved forward, I think was you're starting with gold when you have such an incredible comic book. You can't really go wrong. But I thought that every character, every actor that played the characters just I was in awe of everybody.
So, do you have any favorite scenes in the film at all?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, I think I loved the scene where I got burned just because I love crazy makeup and prosthetics and to me when I think back on a favorite thing, it was watching the burn come to life in the makeup trailer. Just watching like seeing how they did that, it's just amazing. And then filming that scene was really super fun. Yeah.
Nice. So, towards the end of the movie, we see like everything's closing up. Were there any alternate scenes or ending shots that were not shown in the movie?
Well, I don't know about the ones I wasn't in. Yeah, there were a few that I filmed that didn't make it in. Like there was a really cool one where Ben was in a prison cell, and then I go in to do something to him, I guess, eat him, and he flings me against a wall. So I got to work quite heavily with the stunt coordinators, and I got to do that stunt myself. So I was a bit sad that that didn't wind up being in the movie, but just the experience of getting to film it was really cool. I'd done a little bit of stunt work on Narnia, just as a like fighting goblin, and that was pretty much just background. Like it but they had such attention to detail that like every person fighting had to do like a stunt course with Disney to coordinate the weapons and all of that stuff. And so I was really wanting to do like a bit more of that. So I was really happy to get to do that in 30 Days of Night and have like so that scene, that deleted one, I had like just I don't know what you call it, like padding, body armor or whatever, and got taught how to get thrown at a wall and then and fall and stuff like that. And actually another one of my favorite scenes is when Danny and I are standing on a rooftop, because that was not CGI. We were literally standing on that rooftop and then like we were so high up. I guess when we jumped off, we didn't jump off from that height. That was filmed differently, but just standing up there, we had like wires and stuff. It was all very safe, but we were legitimately on top of this really high roof, looking over the whole township that they'd made inside this hangar, and that was really special. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. So, personal question, if you don't mind me asking, um,
Can I ask?
do you have any favorite vampire movies?
Oh, no, no, no. I mean, 30 Days of Night. I mean, vampire horror is not specifically my genre of what I seek out. Um, so I can't even really bring any others to mind, to be honest, that really affected me.
So, okay,
I think
so
I think I intentionally avoided watching vampire films because I didn't want to be influenced by anyone else's version of a vampire. So I made sure that I didn't, see any of that.
no,
That's
no, that's perfect. That's perfectly okay. So, do you have any favorite horror movies at all? Any favorite scary movies?
any favorite scary movies. Gosh, why? I mean, the one that comes to mind now is Primate. Um, Not really. My favorite movie of all time is With Nail and I really love that. I liked Seven actually. Seven is a movie that I found really affected me, which I guess I don't know, is that more psychological thriller? Maybe no, you'd call that horror, right?
Well, severed heads and people dying. Yeah,
Right. Serial killer doing it in an unusual
yeah.
way. I don't know. And Yeah, I like those older ones. Silence of the Lambs really made an impact on me as well. There's not been anything really recently that I've really loved, to be honest. Yeah.
No, two good movies. Seven's actually one of my favorite ones as well with Brett. It's it's the more psychological aspects. I have a
Yeah.
master's degree. I have a master's degree in criminal justice, so I love movies about psychological stuff like that. So it's absolutely one of my favorite genres of all time.
That's cool. I'll have to have
Um,
it too, because so lately I've been reading a lot of psychological thrillers because I'm writing one right now. So I've kind of been sinking deep into that genre. And then I did read one called The Deep, I think it's called. The Deep. I think it's been made into a movie, which I did not watch the movie, but that I think has scarred me for life.
well, it happens.
Okay.
So as we wind it down, we have a few minutes left, and I know you're working on a few projects that's coming up. Would you like to elaborate on those?
Sure. Yeah, I am working on another horror right now, which I'm actually really excited about because it's another amazing costume. So that's got me really excited about this character. It's called Demon Code. I think it'll be no, we're filming next year. So the costuming is so elaborate that they've started. We've done like a body cast and a head cast and stuff. Um, and just the photos that I've seen of what they're creating for the costume is amazing. Um, I don't know how much I can tell you about the movie, but the name of it is Demon Code, so that kind of hints at the material. I'm excited about the director Corey Tran. He's done a bit of stuff and he's done a movie. I can't even remember the name of the last movie he did, but that did really well. Um, well, he's based in Texas too. He's got like this horror grounds that open up at Halloween, like scare grounds that have. I think he's got like 100 staff members that like it's all based on scaring people and live music and also like it's super fun. So he's like deep in that mindset. I met him actually at a convention and just started chatting and we got on really well, and I'm excited about his project. The script is awesome. Yeah.
Well, it sounds amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
anything with the word demon in it, you know, it's gonna be good. So,
Right. Well, it's interesting actually, because I read something recently that was just online and it said it was someone who was a little skeptical of AI and their comment was AI is basically just demons in computers. And I was like, Corey, look at this comment. This is your movie. Like this is what your movie's about. And so I don't know, it's just a fun concept that's kind of out there in society already, but I haven't seen his specific idea being made into a movie yet.
okay, I'll definitely keep an eye on it for that one and see where it goes. So, unfortunately, that's all the time we have, and I'm out of questions. So, thank you again for joining me. I really do appreciate you taking the time out,
Welcome
and
for having me.
it's been a very awesome pleasure to talk to you.
I'm glad
And
my cat didn't completely derail the whole thing by flinging my computer across the room.
good thing it didn't happen. So, I wish you nothing but success in your career in the future, and especially with Demon Code.
Thanks,
And I will definitely see you again on the big screen.
thanks, Ben. Talk to you later. Thank
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, boys and girls, the wonderful, the beautiful, the talented Megan Franich, who plays Iris in one of my favorite vampire movies. Check it out. 30 Days a Night, anywhere on VOD, and it's all the time we have. And you have a wonderful evening in Texas.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.